Hello everybody, I am your immortal Hellseeker back with another review, and today I'm reviewing the Star Wars Black Series new box, phase 4, wave 3, Dark Side Rey figure. I'm doing this standing up this time, so I'm curious how this will work. This is a pretty hard to get figure if you don't know. I have been trying to hunt this fucking figure down for a while now. She is really hard to get. I still haven't seen her in stores. This was an early birthday present from my amazing mother, so thank you. I know you're not watching this, but thank you to her for getting me this. I got this. She let me have one birthday present early, so this is the one I ended up getting. So I love this figure already. I'm just going to start right there. Let's take a look at this packaging. I do think this movie fucking sucks, but let's just get a look at the packaging and talk about the figure, not the film. For packaging, we actually have a light blue color for Rise of Skywalker here. This is Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker. Rey, Dark Side Vision. Rey, Dark Side Vision. Like I said, we actually have a really nice looking artwork of her. The other side, blue color. Fuck, there goes the Merciless. He needs to be leaning on something. So there's the back. Number 1, and probably the only one from The Rise of Skywalker, at least for a while. We'll get Poe, we'll get Finn, we'll get Palpatine eventually, but I can't say they're going to be this year. Ben, we'll probably get a Ben. There's the bio. Alright, let's take a closer look at the figure and her accessory. Alright, so the only thing you get with Darkseid Rey is this really cool lightsaber. I love this thing. It's really cool. She does have this in the film for like the 10 seconds she's on screen, but she's really cool with this thing. I love this. I like that it spins out. There are, I don't know if you guys know this, again, this figure's been out for a while, so I assume you guys have. That there's two versions of this figure. There's one with a gold lightsaber, and then there's one with a silver hilt on the lightsaber. This is the gold version. This was the first one released. This is not as accurate to the film as the gold is. Honestly, I kind of wanted the gold because I think the gold will end up being the harder one to get anyway, and I kind of like having the original version of them. So, yeah, this is a really cool accessory here. Oh, actually, wait. One more thing. The lightsaber does split. You can split it and have her have two lightsabers. She did not do this in the film, but it was definitely it's definitely a cool element you can do with the thing, and make it look more natural. Blades don't come off very easily, so I will not be removing them. All right, let's take a closer look. And here's the figure. So, first off, she has a really nice head sculpt. It's one of the better Rey heads I have seen. Now, I'm not going to pull out my Tros Rey figure because she's in storage, and I would have to really dig through to get her, but I do have it. So the head looks really good. She does have hair underneath. I'm not going to try to apply it back too far, but yeah, she does have hair and everything, so that is there, which is cool. It's a plastic hood, as expected. She has butterfly joints, which is nice to see on a female. Single jointed elbows. That's where she has her wrist cut. Arms go about that far. And then, yeah, this is my biggest gripe with the figure. She has a plastic cloak. I don't really like this. I wish it was cloth. I think that would... I mean, the figure, therefore, looks nicer. But honestly, I would much rather her be more articulated. And it kind of has a hindrance there. She's got single-jointed knees. She does have a thigh cut there. This isn't a McFarlane Toys figure. She does have a cloth cape, which is nice and folded. There, it looks nice, drapes well. or how she holds her lightsaber. She holds it okay. It's a bit of a loose grip because female figures have small hands, so they kind of need a big grip on things. But she does hold it really well. If you can get it in there. And yeah, it looks awesome in her hand. It really does. It's a really cool accessory. This is my favorite part of the figure is the lightsaber. And you can really get her in cool poses since she has those butterfly joints. And again, if they got rid of this fucking skirt piece, this would be a really fun to pose. Yeah, I know, she's barely in the film. But that doesn't matter. Again, Kenner used to do this shit all the time. They'd release shit like this. So I don't mind that she's barely in the film. Kenner and even Hasbro has, I think, made lesser important characters than this. So I think making something like this is different. It's cool. It's not a bad figure. It's actually I actually think it's one of their better females. They've actually been really... Black Series, not Legends, but Black Series have been doing really nice with females lately. So I'll show her next to a couple of female figures for comparisons. Here is Rey next to... Here is Rey next to Ahsoka Tano, Endor Leia, and the Armorer. All three of these, I think, are wonderful figures. This is definitely the best out of these. I think the Ahsoka is amazing. It might be my favorite female figure in my collection, that Ahsoka. I love that Ahsoka figure. The Armorer is also great. She was also on my top Black Series list and favorite figures of the year. Leia did not make it, but that is an amazing Leia figure. So they've been crushing it with the females, I think. And Rey's not not an exception. I love this Rey figure. Here she is next to another Sith female, also a really good female figure, being the second sister Inquisitor, also with a double-bladed lightsaber too. Here she is next to her grandfather, Emperor Palpatine, whose chair I actually use as my tripod. Here she is next to the SH Figuarts Rise of Skywalker Kylo Ren. Again, my Black Series Kylo Rens are in storage. Actually, no. Fuck it, I lied. I have a Black Series Kylo right here. So there's that. But the Rise of Skywalker one I have in storage. So there's your best comparison. The Rise of Skywalker one I like more than that one, but that's the one my friend wanted me to have out. But these two look good next to each other. I will say, I like how they look next to each other. And here she is next to the McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse Red Hood. Here she is next to the Mafex Hush Batman. And last, but certainly not least, here she is next to G.I. Joe Classified Snake Eyes and Marvel Legends Retro Spider-Man. Alright. Is this figure worth buying? Depends on your thoughts on the film. Depends if you like the look of this figure. If you think it's a cool looking figure, I would buy it. If you hate this movie and you think this is an unnecessary release, because honestly it kind of is. It's on screen for like maybe a minute, if even. So I understand if you don't think this is a good buy. And she doesn't have the demon face, so that's gonna turn off some people. I don't know. I think it's enough. I like the figure itself. I think the figure itself is awesome, and it's an amazing addition to my Black Series collection, even though I really don't need it, and honestly I wouldn't cry if I never bought it. And if this figure would go up in price, which I highly doubt it will, I think this figure will stay in the $30 margin. If it were to go up in price, I don't know if I would freak out. Unlike, like Ahsoka Tano or Mando, which were two figures I really needed in my collection. However, if you do like this movie, like the sequels, or you think it's just a cool figure in general, liked that scene or something, this is a good buy. I definitely would recommend it. Again, the skirt piece is a little annoying, and she can't hold her lightsaber very great, but from experience with McFarlane figures, it's much better than those, so I understand. Don't overpay for it. That's my big motto for a lot of these figures. If you get it for a fair price, buy it. Why not? It's a good figure. But if you pay over 25 bucks for it, you're getting scammed. Unless you really want it, then 30 is fine. But if it's a figure you're not sure about, don't pay $30 for it. You really shouldn't do that. I'm just saying. This might be the only time we ever see a Darkseid Ray in the Black Series line, so this might be a good figure to buy, and it's a good talking piece. However, you're really not going to have a use for it, unless you really want to use it as just like a Sith Acolyte or something. Maybe a Darkseid Barriss Offee, if you can, like, tool with the lighting. Maybe it would work. I don't know. I could see someone turn this into a Barriss Offee figure. Because honestly, it's a good body for it. Just swap the head, and I think you're golden. However, it's far from perfect, and I'm amazed this is the figure Hasbro did, not Palpatine. However, would a Palpatine from Rise of Skywalker sell as good as this? I don't know, to tell you the truth. This figure is pretty hard to get. I have still not seen this in stores, so maybe it was a good call to do this, but at the same time, she's one per case. So maybe that's why she's selling. If you make the sequel characters one per case and do the Mando characters two per case, which honestly is what they should have been doing, I honestly think that maybe they would have sold. Like in that one wave that came out March of last year, I honestly am surprised Zori Bliss was the two per case figure. It should have been Count Dooku and or what's his face? Blythe, who I still haven't even gotten yet. So, you know, Hasbro makes a lot of stupid decisions, but you gotta give them credit where credit is due, and this figure is one per case, so therefore it's selling. However, don't get cocky, Hasbro. Don't say, hey, maybe we'll make Darkseid Ray the two per case figure in the next wave. Don't do that, okay? It's a dumb idea. This is a good one-off figure. And I think most people are just getting this as a one-off. And if you don't own any sequel figures already, this is a good buy, if you ask me. Because you could totally put it on your prequels shelf or your Sith shelf, and she'll look good. Like I already showed you, she looks good next to Palpatine and Kylo, to where it